Hello, guys. This is Shri here from CricKingdom, CricStream Talk Show. Oh, with so much difficulty, we ran late today. Apologies to all the viewers. There were power cuts, internet issues, whatnot. Yet we are here today to entertain you. So, Crick Kingdom, Crick Stream Talk Show, as you all know, it's intended to motivate all the young players while we are at home. Why not invest our time in productive and positive things? So we've been doing fitness and exercises and whatnot, but we are forgetting one thing. Without a proper diet and a nutrition, the fitness is will all go in vain or it's a waste. So we thought of having a specialist, sports nutritionist who will help us guide us in eating what is right, what is not right for us. So today on our show, we have Naik, who is a graduate in sports nutrition from Mumbai University, and she has been assisting aspiring as well as professional players all through these years. Welcome, Saili Naik, on our show today.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you for the wonderful introduction that you gave. So, just to give a gist about me, I am a sports nutritionist and I have studied my master's in sports nutrition from Mumbai University. And I have been working with a lot of athletes, a lot of Bollywood celebrities from the start of my career. So, in the start, I started my career with working with Indian Navy athletes, so like gymnasts, boxers, swimmers, cricketers there. I've been working a lot on their fitness, nutrition, and performance goals. And and then I started my work in Bollywood celebrities. So there I was working a lot on fitness and uh, the physique that is required on screen. And then I always had a dream of working with the sports athletes, with the cricketers as cricket being a favorite sport. And so I started my work on cricketers from Mumbai Cricket Association, and I've been working with various age groups, right from grassroots players to Ranji players to IPL players and some players across seas. So this is something about me that I've been doing.
That's great. That's a nice introduction of yourself, and it's an exceptional job that you're doing, grooming, athletes and sports people. So, what's your major inspiration behind becoming a sports nutritionist? Because we all know everyone want to become doctors and whatnot, but there should be some inspiration behind it.
Right. To be very frank about, I wasn't even aware of any such field that exists. So I always wanted to work something into food industry or a paramedical or a medical side, and this is something very relevant that I thought of doing, which was very relevant with my interests. So I searched a lot about clinical dietitians and everything, and then I came across this sport which I found very unique, and I thought it was very upcoming, and so it had many chances of growing in this field, and so I thought of taking it as my career.
So you're going to inspire a lot of sports people and group them in the right way and a fit way. So it's a great thing to do. So why should any budding athlete, maybe young players, focus on diet and fitness? I mean, why exactly they should focus?
Not just only athletes, but I would say the overall population, right from adolescent age or right from their younger age to the age old people should be following a good diet plan. If not a diet plan, right eating habits or right choices of food should be made to maintain a basic health. To talk about budding athletes, I would say before being a sports person or before being an athlete, they're first a human, a normal human
Hmm.
being, and just to maintain their basic immunity and the basic health that is required to keep their body disease free. Uh, Eating good or making right food choices is something that is very important. for them. Secondly, since they are into the sport and exerting a lot of on their on field or off the fields in their trainings and workouts periods, so they spend a lot of energy, and just to recover that energy back, or just to get that muscle recovery, or their their nutrients back in the body that are required for the next game or the next activity, their eating habits should be uh, in uh, in sync with their training and their workout schedule. This would be another reason why budding athletes should be focusing on their eating habits. Apart from this, I would say this is the budding athletes are into their growth spurt age, which means that a lot of training adaptations or muscular adaptations or growth is happening in terms of body tissues, right from their bones, right from their muscle tissues, their skin tissues, everything is growing. And so to help that recovery in the body, to help those muscles grow or bones grow in a right way or in an effective way, fueling your body is something very important and crucial at this age. And apart from this, since they are into the sports, they shouldn't be lagging in terms of any kind of nutrients or energy lag. So the so I think budding athletes should focus rightly on that diet.
That's a great input. So all the children of Crick Kingdom and as well as all the other sports, you know how important it is to have a right nutrition. So nowadays we see a lot of sports people or workout freaks taking supplements. So what's like the right age to take supplements, dietary supplements?
To talk about supplements, as the name suggests, that it is a supplement. It is not a replacement to any kind of food. Okay, so your food choices should be right, and only if there is a need for any kind of supplement, only then it is to be added. So supplements according to me, are taken for three reasons. Firstly, would be to have that extra dose that is required of the nutrients in the body. So, just to give an example, a lot of individuals or a lot of sports persons, they exert a lot of energy on the field in their training schedules, in their practice schedules, in their match days. And so the energy expenditure or the burning of the calories is more in these athletes as compared to the sedentary person or a normal exercising individual. And so the needs of these individuals for their recovery is also different than the normal sedentary person or a normal exercising person. And so to have these additional needs, supplements come into the picture. The dosage of the supplements or the timings of the supplements or the types of the supplements are to be discussed with a nutritionist or a health professional. Only then they are they're supposed to take the supplements. To tell about the second reason for the supplements is to cure the nutrition deficiencies. So while assessing the athlete or while counseling the athletes, I first ask them to get some medical parameters in. So like blood tests, which helps me analyze their nutrient levels in their blood. Say for example, calcium, iron, um, potassium levels, or all their salt levels. And if these are not at optimal level or at the level that are required as per their goals or their age, then I suggest them supplements according to the levels in their bloods. So the brands might vary, the dosage of the supplements might vary, the type of the supplements might vary. So all these are the nutrient deficiency supplements. The third reason of taking supplement would be to have that extra performance edge, which every athlete tries to get it. So these are performance enhancing supplements, which are taken to get uh, to get that extra boost that is required on the field or in their workout schedules to meet their goals. Say, for example, creatine, beta alanine, caffeine, all these supplements are performance enhancing supplements. So, to give a brief about creatine supplement, So that is a supplement that is given to the speed or power athletes. So if, for example, in cricket, I would say it is given to a batsman or a fast bowler. So these are performance enhancing supplements which helps them get that extra speed or extra power that is required during that period while they're bowling. So these are all the supplements. So I would say these supplements they should be under the guidance of a sports nutritionist or a health professional because these supplements they come with a baggage in terms of doping issues. So all these sports they have some violations, doping violations, which if broken, they are banned for a certain amount of time or suspended from the sport for a certain amount. And so the choice of the medicines, the choice of the brands of the supplements is to be done very wisely and to be discussed with the nutritionist or a health professional. To talk about the right age of taking the supplement would be depending upon the type of the supplement. So an electrolyte or a whey protein is very much safe in the age of 13, 14, 12 age. And all these performance enhancing supplements are required at a later age, maybe at a professional level. And the supplements that I told you about, the nutrient deficiency supplements, the like multivitamins or vitamins or minerals, just to correct the deficiencies in the body. That are to be given at younger age as well as for the professional athletes. So depending upon the levels in the blood. So this was about the supplements.
Wow, what a detailed description on supplements. Now our viewers really know a lot more on supplements, when to take, what to take, and of course, they will reach out to specialists like you before they go ahead with any supplements. So, thanks for that. So, cricket is a skill based game, right? So, it's not just the fitness, it's a skill as well. So, how does sports nutrition, or say, for example, protein, carbohydrate, or fats, so the intake of these nutrition, how does it impact the performance or the mental health of the cricketer?
To talk about all the components in the sports nutrition, I would say carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and water and fiber. These are all the macronutrients. Okay. And the nutrients that are, all those calcium, potassium, or iron, these are required in a smaller quantity, and so they are categorized under micronutrients. Okay. So a lot of cricketers that have been working at a professional level also, they believe that you know cricket is a very skill based game, and when your skills are right, you just ace a performance at any level. And now that the formats of the crickets have been changing. There's T20 format, and where the cricketers have to be active throughout the day from one match to other match, or from one training schedule or one practice match to another schedule or any other activity. They have to be up on their toes throughout the year. So there is no recovery time that is there. So all these factors, like all these components, uh, like we discussed about, like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, micronutrients like vitamins and minerals, they come into the picture for the recovery that is needed post matches. So it might happen on the first day of the match. A cricketer might hit a century, but might not be able to perform on the next day due to the lack of nutrients in the body or the lack of recovery that didn't happen the first day. And so fueling right with right quantity of food, right timing of the food, right quality of the food coming from all your healthy sources of food groups, something very important. So to give a brief about all these carbohydrates, proteins, fats, functions of it would be uh, is to get that extra the energy that is needed, the fuel that is needed to run the body. Okay. Whereas the nutrients, micronutrients like calcium, iron, sodium, potassium levels, they have a vital role in terms of energy production, or they have a certain uh, roles in the body at a and so they are needed in a right quantity. So, for example, calcium and iron may help in building up bones. Your iron content in the body might help you have good blood profile, and so it decides the oxygen capacity in our body, and so it decides how efficiently are you using your respiration processes. So another would be to keep your sodium potassium levels up in the body by intaking right electrolytes, by intaking the right quantity of the water throughout the day. So all this is about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and micronutrients.
Got it. Got it. So it's a detailed description for all our especially advanced level cricketers. So nowadays, we see a lot of trends in the diets like keto, vegan diet, a lot of such diets coming up. So how are these helpful for the cricketers? For that matter, even for our parents and coaches.
Okay. So, so these are basically fad ads that I don't really believe in because uh, they create a lot of nutrient deficiencies. Of course, they have good benefits and they have shown incredible benefits, but only when they are done right. They might not suit everyone. So, so an individual shouldn't fall prey to such to such fat diets during their season. If they want to experiment such diets, I would suggest them to do it in their off seasons where they're not playing any kind of matches or something, so their performance levels are not affected. So to tell about vegan diet, a lot of celebrities or a lot of sports persons are influencing a lot of grassroots players or other individuals. So this vegan diet has been a little studied and shown effects on some individuals who are doing it, but it might not be suitable for every other individual, right? So vegan diet, of course, it is beneficial, but it comes with some drawbacks. So some drawbacks would be some deficiencies of the nutrients like vitamin B12, like iron in the body, because in vegan diet the the uh, the, the nutrients that the nutrient-rich foods like vitamin B12 rich foods or iron rich foods are normally found in the non-vegetarian sources, and so when these are skipped in vegan diet, the body creates a nutritional gap in it, and so the nutrient deficiencies are there. And when the nutrient deficiencies are there, the absence of the nutrients in our body, they create energy lag and other health issues related to this nutrients. And so I would suggest if they are trying vegan diet, they would try them in off season. However, I support a balanced diet for an individual comprising of all the food groups like carbohydrates, protein rich, and fat rich foods, a healthy fat rich food, and just to keep their nutrient levels up. So, vegan diet is beneficial, but it's not the only diet that is beneficial.
Got it. So, cricketers, be aware. Don't experiment with your diet when you're in a full season playing games. Good input from you, Siley. And cricket is a injury-prone a game, right? So, how does nutrition affect the recovery rates? The physique and overall performance. So, once a cricketer is injured.
So to talk about injury, the diet won't really cure the injury uh, instantly. I would say, like a physio might work on the injury very instantly, a nutritionist might not work on the injury curing on the spot. However, it helps in curing the injury a little consistent basis for a longer period of time. So diet mainly works on the prevention part of the injury. So as I told earlier in the first session that you know, a cricketer might play very well on the first day and might lack energy on the second day. This means there was a lack of nutrients that were necessary on the first day that wasn't given to him or that wasn't intaken by him, and so the nutrition or the energy lag was happening on the second day, and so injury recovery plays in, in this way. To talk about body composition, this is something which is very intriguing, where the body composition level should be on optimum levels. By body composition, I mean bone uh, muscle mass in our body, throughout our body, like from your arms, your legs, your abs, throughout the body, and the body fat level. So these levels are to be are supposed to be optimum for effective performance and for the body goals in terms of physics. So this varies as per the person's goals. So a batsman might require different body composition, or a bowler might require a so these goals have to be discussed with sports nutritionists and then get a customized plan.
Great, great.
And in terms of nutrition injury as well, the injury starts healing when the injury happens. Okay, and so there are certain types of nutrients or certain types of substances that might help the injury recovery stage very fast. So to give an example about injury recovery supplements, collagen, curcumin, fish oil. So depending upon the injury or depending upon the type of injury or the time of the injury, these supplements are decided. Again, this differs according to the person. So it is very customized and
Hmm.
personalized plan.
Got it. So, any general tips? Each day is different. Our cricketers have match days, practice days, off days. So, do you have any general tips for the nutrition on these days?
So, like I would say, so for a cricketer who is normally traveling a lot and a lot, these cricketers they face challenges in terms of food availability uh, for their traveling issues, or if they are skipping any kind of meals or they do not have any time for any kind of meal. So this creates a lot of nutrition gaps in the body. So firstly, I would say to inculcate good habits. Try not to skip meals. Try not to avoid meals post your workouts or during your workouts or pre-workouts or pre-activities, which help good energy. To talk about match days, there should be good hydration as well to get all those electrolytes back in the body to replenish all the electrolytes that are lost through the sweat. So, like I mentioned earlier, sodium, potassium, calcium, iron, all these nutrients they are lost through our sweat. And if the sweat rates are high for an individual, which differ from individual to individual, then there is a loss of all these supplements, all these nutrients. And so supplements should be guided according to that. To talk about match days, protein intake or carbohydrate intake, it is very essential for them to time the quality of the food or the type of the food around their match timings. So a pre-match timing, they might require a different source of carbohydrate and protein, whereas during the match they might require a different type of carbohydrates and protein blend. And post the match, for quick recovery, they might require a different uh, blend of carbohydrates and proteins. So this again depends on the performance goals or on or an individual's goal. And so just to give a small brief about it, the pre-workout pre-activity meals should be very quick absorbing. So that would be nuts, that would be a choice, any kind of fruit to be had just prior the match or prior the activity or any kind of training sessions. During the match, I would say quick absorbing food like nuts and carbohydrates are to be taken during the match, and of course with right hydration strategies during the match. So right choice of electrolytes during the match to replenish all the electrolytes. And thirdly would be to have a good blend of at least 20 gram of protein going through with a blend of carbohydrates, quickly absorbing carbohydrates. So that could be or your oats or kind of fruits or dates, figs. All these are examples of quickly absorbing carbohydrates. So this was about match day training schedules. Match day schedules. Talk about training day schedules. The sources might remain the same, but might differ from a person's goal. So if a person is, say, suppose aiming for a good performance levels with certain amount of fat loss goals as well. So the quantities and the quality of the food might differ from them for him as compared to the weight gain or a muscle gain in weight. So again, all these choice of foods are to be discussed with a nutritionist and then seek a guidance for this.
Great. So, this question is on behalf of all the parents of our children. It may sound funny, but during the lockdown, even I see WhatsApp posts every day stating, I have eaten this, I have made this, I have made pizza, I have made burgers, and I have made vada pav. So, because we have nothing productive to do, so the parents and families have been cooking really delicious food at home and sharing pics, etc. What's your say on such food intake that's being done during this lockdown time?
So I think there should be a lot of nutrition awareness that should be happening also taking right food choices. So just to give a brief tip is what to eat and what to delete. Okay. So all the calories that we are intaking, there should be a balance. Okay. It's not like you completely ignoring all the unhealthy stuff. Of course, we are going to indulge it for our taste buds, but we should also try to inculcate a lot of food groups. So all your eat items will be all your whole grain foods like cereals, all your grains, whole grains. Uh, Nextly, it would be dairy products like milk, chas, paneer, pulses, all your healthy fats like groundnuts, nuts, seeds. Um to tell about non-vegetarian sources, chicken, fish, eggs. These are the right choices of the foods. And to delete items like unhealthy sources would be all the sugary or oily based foods, which are normally intaken at a very frequently or binge eating by many of our athletes or many of our students as well. So these items are to be taken in limited quantity or completely avoided because all these items have a lot of calorie load in our body. Okay, so this tends to build our body fat levels high, which makes our body slow, which shouldn't be the case. Plus, they come with the empty calories. By empty calories, I mean they don't have any nutrients in them. So all your sugary drinks or all your uh, bad sources of fats, they do not carry any nutrients in them. Whereas all your whole grains or all your healthy sources, they carry a lot of nutrients with them. And so these foods which are unhealthy, considered unhealthy, like sugary drinks and sugary food, should be limited. Talk about the lockdown and the story about cooking and indulging in sweets. Of course, there should be something that they should be working on it. But I think that
Looks like there is some issue with with Siley. We will just wait for her to get back as she's giving us great tips on what to eat, what not to eat during the lockdown. So, viewers, how many of you think you all are really overeating during the lockdown, staying at home? And if you think or your thoughts, you can just post it in the comments. And it will be funny for others to look at it as well. So I think Siley is back now. Siley, yes.
noise. Sorry, there's an internet line.
No problem. Please
So,
continue.
I'm saying about
Sugary foods
the
and
choices
what?
that,
Yeah.
yeah, so the choices that the lockdown is making us do. So of course there should be an indulgence of such foods, but the quantities of the quantity of the intake should be very or not very often and not very frequently, because all these foods, like I told, are empty calorie foods and they do not carry any nutrients, and so they do not serve any needs to our body. And uh, and the major drawback is that it builds up a lot of fat in our body, and so the weight gain happens and the performance levels fall. And so uh, I think this period is something that that is something about self control, and so there should be a lot of control over eating habits and cooking nice items rather than unhealthy items. And so I would suggest all the parents and moms to make some healthy recipes so that they build up a great eating habit later as well, and not drop in any performance levels later.
That's great to know. Thanks for your input. So, cricket formats have evolved over a period of time, over the past many decades. So, how has nutrition evolved as well, along with the cricket formats that have evolved over a period of time?
So, as we have seen that people with pot belly have, have, have also been, scoring centuries and been performing very well here. But now, since the formats have been, evolving, and there's a lot of pressure that is happening on the field, like I told, the athlete has to be on the goals throughout the year for all the formats, and have to be at their same performance levels or the same physique goals or their body goals throughout the year without affecting their the fitness that is needed for the sport. So since there's a demand that the T20 format or all your other formats have been created throughout the year, your body should be equally fit throughout the year. It shouldn't be like or throughout the day. So it shouldn't be like you're up on the energy levels on the first day and you're down on the last quarter. So it shouldn't be like that. And of course, as we have seen our idols following good habits like Virat Kohli. We have seen his transformation throughout the years. The interviews I have seen him saying about his eating patterns, where he was feeling ashamed in spite of playing at an IPL level. He was feeling ashamed about his eating habits throughout the year. So that that changes that he has made, and that's how he has been acing it ever since. So this should be an inspiration for all our budding athletes as well as professionals. take up good eating habits.
Great. So, can you quickly tell us about? We have been discussing about food and solid intake, etc. It's also the water, right? Water consumption. Nowadays, even my kid make her drink enough water. So kids really don't give attention to consumption of water. So can you tell us about the importance of having water and any final thoughts, tips, suggestions that you have for our children?
So, water is another macronutrient, I would say, that our body needs. So, to give a brief about the functions of water, the water is a coolant for our body. So, it maintains temperature at right, right temperature in our body. Secondly, it carries a lot of nutrients in our body. So, all the transition of the concentration of the nutrients throughout the body is happening because of the water. Because our blood is made up of 80% of water. Apart from that, muscles are comprised. All our muscle cells comprise a certain amount of water, and even a drop of like 2% or 2% drop of water content in our body affects our exercising performance. So I think the water is something very crucial at for people who are for people who are indulging in sports or any kind of fitness activities because their sweat rates are very high. Playing in hot conditions, intake of the water should be different as compared to the condition elsewhere. So that would again differ the sweat rates. The intake would again differ on the sweat rates. So again, a lot of sweat is lost to our body, and so this creates a lot of nutrient loss as well. So, like I told earlier, there's a lot of nutrients like calcium, iron, sodium, potassium. All these salts are lost to our sweat, and just to replenish it back, there are some electrolyte drinks or sports drinks that are available in the market that are to be had during the workouts or during the matches, just to replenish all those things. So a rough account of about 2 to 3 liters for a very budding athlete, I would say, is to be taken during the training days, and about 4 to 5 liters at least. That is for a professional, or more than that if the formats are different or if the conditions of the day is different. So that might differ according to that.
Great. Very insightful information that you've given to our coaches, our parents, viewers here. So, in fact, guys, we were planning to have Siley have in-person meetings with all the parents and coaches and give a customized diet plan for all our Crick Kingdom Academy kids, as well as coaches, as I mentioned. But due to the lockdown, it got delayed. The minute the lockdown up, we will promise to have Siley give you all a customized nutrition plan as well. And in the meantime, if you all are interested to have any nutrition plan by Siley, you can contact us at info@crickkingdom.com, which will also be displayed after the session gets over today. Or you can message Crick Kingdom page as well. So really, it was very insightful. Lot of great thoughts from you, Siley, and hope Crick Kingdom kids and everyone here follow healthy eating habits, follow the diet, stay healthy, and stay fit. Get more immune so we can kick out these bad viruses after us. Really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for all the information. Thank you, viewers. Shri signing off from Crick Kingdom Crick Top Show. Good night. Good night.